Going on, family? You're tuned in to Real As Real Radio, your nightcap of comedy. My name is Ken Miller in the big chair of the night. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Join the virtual studio with my brother James John and the power father himself, Patricio. But we got a special guest kicking in that virtual studio with us. He will be at the Orlando Improv June the 8th. So go to theimprovorlando.com to get your tickets. Put your hands together and show your love for Sammy Obeid, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
There it is.
hey, thank you. Thank you for the applause. Damn, I didn't know I was going to get the treatment here.
Come on,
man. We show love here. We show love here, man. Sammy, we appreciate you coming on, man. We've been talking over text, talked a few times on the phone. My comedy son, James' comedy son as well, Akeem, is a good friend of yours.
we raised him right.
Yeah, we really raised Akeem here in these Orlando streets. So,
hey, Sammy, I was there when he bought his first romper. It was a proud moment.
Yeah. So, Sammy, appreciate you, man. We always start every comedian off the same way. We have to know your origin story, man. How long have you been doing comedy? When did you start, and how was your first ever show?
Well, guess what? Today is my 16-year anniversary.
Nice.
Woo!
Happy
Nice,
anniversary, brother.
Happy anniversary.
16. Thank you. Yeah, back in 2007, I started on June 5th at the San Jose Improv. So I started at an improv and ending at an improv this Thursday, my final show. Come on out.
I'm it. That's it. I'm done.
That's it. That's how we end this thing.
Yeah. How was the show? The first one you ever did? How was it?
It was amazing, actually. I brought friends, a bringer, as they say in the biz. I was a mega bringer. I brought 50 people. So,
dang, you stacked the deck, brother.
Yeah. So it's almost like when you have that many people on your side, you can do no wrong, right? And I don't know how much you guys remember about like pop culture back at the time, but in 2007, American Idol was big. I don't know. I never watched it personally, but you might be familiar with the show. And there was this contestant on it. His name was Sanjaya, this young Indian kid.
Yes.
Oh yeah. You remember him? Yeah. He was like a teen sensation, right? I mean, he wasn't a great singer, but everybody loved him. And he had this like beef with Simon, so he got all this press. And he was Indian kid, skinny Indian kid with long hair. And I had long hair at the time. So my opener, I just came out and I was like, "What's up, guys? I'm Sanjaya from American Idol," and just annihilate the whole place.
There you go. There you go.
That's funny. Yeah, my first time, I took 40 coworkers.
Oh,
I
wow.
took 40 of my coworkers, and it was great. And then the host told me come back next week by myself, and it was the worst. It was the worst, man. I do my research, man, interviewing people, man. This is one of my favorites. So you got a Guinness World Record. There's not exactly a Guinness World Record. You want to speak on that?
Yeah. So about how long is it? About 10 years ago, I did stand-up comedy 1,000 days in a row.
Wow.
Yeah. So no days off. Everybody's like, what, even Sundays? Like, yes, even Sundays, like even Christmas. Yeah, even Christmas. I did every day for I actually did 1,001 because it's like 1,001 Arabian Nights. So I did all that. And it was dope. It was cool. So yeah, Guinness, I tried to make it a record in Guinness. They're like, all right, if you want to make this a record, it's going to cost you 200,000 pounds, which is like even more in dollars.
What?
And and they said, we have to send out one of our appraisers to watch you do it every night. And you have to put them up. You have to give them a hotel or give them a room.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I was like, I'm good. Yeah, I can't. I don't even have a room myself. I was in my car some nights. So I was like, I was like, no, it's not going to be a Guinness record.
Yeah, the Guinness people, like, they will take an arm and a leg again and again and again just so you can get your photo and name in that book.
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't know Guinness was like that. I thought that was you know what I mean? To get into Guinness, I thought it was something like super cool. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know you had to pay people and stuff like that.
Yeah, you got to pay to play with Guinness, I guess.
Wow.
I know, man. That's not cool at all, brother. I'm thinking, I'm like Ken. I thought it was something that they do. Like, of course we want you to be in this book. We will take care of everything. All you got to do is actually do it, and then we'll say you did it.
That's me. I was checking the sounds because we So Sammy, how was it doing 1,001 days? Like, I mean, I do comedy 4 days in a row, and I'm annoyed. Like, how is it? How is it doing like 1,000 days in a row?
Let's just say I don't know where my soul went. I still can't find it.
Damn, bro,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah. It was, to be honest, the first year was quite invigorating. Like I felt the rush of doing it every night. I got tired, but I didn't get mentally tired. The second year, at the end of the second year, is where things started to fall apart. Because the pressure would increase. Because right, it's like you do a week in a row. You're like, I did a week in a row, amazing. I did 2 weeks in a row, et cetera, et cetera. You now did a year in a row, and you're like, I got to keep going. If there was a couple times in like my second, third year where I almost missed a night. I had like massive like panic attack. Like it was, if you didn't get that set in, you just blew this whole streak that you've been building now for 2-3 years.
I was just about to ask, like, were you like booking yourself, or like were they open mics? Or, like,
No. I'm about to say that, Patricio. When you do 1,000 shows in a row, if you not work comedy, you don't understand. Most of the work happens on the weekend because you're at a nice club or a theater. Right. But if you're doing 1,000 in a row, you are playing some. You are at a Klan rally at some point.
I had to do a few of them. Yeah, I had to do a few.
So I just light the bottom one. Yes, that's how you get it.
They give me a light with the cross, but But yeah, it was. I had to do some like living room shows for people, because like Thanksgiving was a hard day to find a gig. 4th of July was a hard day to find a gig. I did some kids parties. I did a little bit of everything, and so yeah, I had to book myself throughout. I didn't have a manager or agent, none of that time. I booked everything myself, and some nights you just had to make do with like a small room of people. Some shows I didn't even have a mic, but I never cheated. I made sure it was a real stand-up show every time.
That's nice, bro. Nice. Congratulations, first off, man. That is amazing.
That is totally amazing, man. Everybody listening, man. Sammy Obeid will be at the Orlando Improv June the 8th. Go to the improvorlando.com and please get your tickets, man. So you say 16 years in. I'm 17. James is over 20. Nice. Patricio, he just throws stuff together. From 16 years ago to now, what do you feel has been the biggest change in stand-up for you? I'm not the industry itself, but just for you, what do you feel has changed for you in stand-up?
When I go on stage, I feel like I know exactly what I'm doing, and I know that they're looking to me for the answers, whereas I used to look at them for the answers. Right?
I love that.
Right. We start out, we're looking at the crowd for feedback. Like, is this funny? Is this, you guys mess with this? Is this cool? And then 16 years later, you're like, oh, I'm going to tell you what's funny. You come here to laugh. I'm going to give you that. You know what I mean? So
you're the captain now.
I'm the captain.
and I love the fact you said that, Sammy, because I think if I could go back and tell James 20 years ago anything about being a stand-up comic, so much of what we do is not even, for me, what I said, it's how I delivered it, how much confidence I had, how much swagger did I actually put into the joke than anything. If you don't look like you believe it, the audience ain't gonna believe it. So yeah, absolutely right.
Give me a show that stands out for you. Favorite show of all time that you've done in 16 years that just stands out, that you're like, man, ain't nothing gonna top that one.
It was actually the KKK rally. Klan meeting.
Took off their masks. Yeah.
Hey, they laughed so having a good time. They was
oh, that little brown guy got me.
Yeah. There has been so many eventful shows, and it's like some shows were good for like weird reasons. So like, for instance, when I did America's Got Talent, in St. Louis, it was for 3,000 people.
Wow.
And I went up at the end, and these are audition shows, so they're about 4 or 5 hours long, right?
Wow.
Stand-ups, we know like 90 minutes is a long show.
Yes, a long show.
Right? When you hit 4 hours of people sitting in a room, there's this math equation that I have, because I also studied math. That's also why I'm a stand-up now, right? So so there's this math equation. You get big crowd plus long show equals hostile, right? The more people in the room, the more energy. Like when they don't like something, they start to boo and get angry. And so I went up 4 hours in, and they also tell the crowd to boo if they don't like something. So I started doing my set. It was like so. And then I'm hitting the middle of this. I have this last joke. It's this long joke about bears. And the setup is like this. It has this like little pause in it where they think it's the end of the joke, but it's not. And they started to boo me. And then I started to deliver the punchline, and it turned around, and they stood up and cheered and like gave me a standing O.
Wow.
Yeah.
God bless, bro.
Yeah. So that was memorable.
Yeah, I didn't know they told you to boo. Go ahead, Patricio.
I'm sorry, I have a really dumb question about the whole America's Got Talent, because you said like they're in there for 4 hours, and when you're watching the show, they do a little pan of the audience, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Are they allowed to eat or drink? Like, is there like concession stand with these guys or no?
That's a good question. I don't even know if they were able to, because it seemed like they had a tight control on people not being able to leave. They may have had like 1 or 2 intermissions in that 4-hour period, but it seemed like people had been sitting there for a very long time.
Yeah, because I've never seen someone like eating a hot dog while someone's juggling change.
Yeah. Doesn't look good for camera.
Speaking of that, man, I know you're a Palestinian American comic,
Yes.
Middle Eastern roots.
Yes.
How does that work with you traveling? I mean, we've been joking on and off air about being black or brown. How does that work for you with traveling and doing like the Midwest or the South?
Right. It's not really like it used to be. So back in the day, the further we got after 9/11, like people started to kind of calm down and realize, oh shit, there's actually a lot of Middle Eastern people in this country. Maybe we can't search them all. You know what I mean? It just became not cost effective for the TSAs. So, in the mid 2000s, in the late 2000s, you definitely felt like every time I went through airport security, I would get the random beep. It was like, okay, these aren't random at this point. You know what I mean? I can do math. And as time went on, I just realized like it started like the bigger, like more like metropolitan airports. It's like they're used to diversity. They get it. But the smaller airports would still be like, who is this guy? I once got searched just like 3 years ago in Houghton, Michigan. Which is it's like basically in Canada. That's how far up it is. And it's like a tiny little airport. And they basically searched my whole bag because I had a salt shaker in there. I just had I brought a salt shaker with me. On the road. I bought a bunch of stuff because I was like making my own food, and I had a salt shaker. Yeah. And so they found it, and they kept calling it a device. They thought it was like it was a salt shaker. And they're like, what is this device? I'm like, it's a salt shaker. You shake it like a salt shaker. They're like, no, don't shake it.
You know what's funny? Tell me your TSA person is white without telling me, because they didn't understand what spices were.
That's funny, man.
Her name was Becky. Yeah.
And she had the good hair.
She had that good hair, though, I will say. Yes.
Sammy will be at the Orlando Improv June the 8th. Make sure you go get your tickets. theimprovorlando.com. Sammy, we got about a minute left. For everybody listening, man, tell them where they can. First of all, tell them what to expect from your show, and where can they follow you at?
Yeah, my show has a little something for everybody. I have a very, very well-rounded set. I talk about some topical stuff, a little bit of politics, a little bit of like relationships, a little bit of everything. So if you don't like one section, you'll like the next.
There you go.
And I do a lot of crowd work too. So if you look like you're having fun, I'm going to talk to you. If you look like you're not having fun, I'm also going to talk to you. So yeah, and I'm fun for the whole family too. I can get blue, I can get dirty, but I can also keep it clean if you bring your kids for some awful reason. But yeah. So my comedy's for everybody. You can look me up. My name is Sammy Obeid. You don't even have to learn how to spell it. You can go to Google. You can go to any social media. You can put in Sammy O, and it will autofill the rest, because that's how far I made it.
And he's not even lying. It really did.
Yeah.
When I went to go look up his stuff, it really did. Hey, man, we appreciate you, man, stopping in. Like I said, this Thursday, June the 8th, Sammy Obeid at the Orlando Improv, theimprovorlando.com. Go get your tickets. My brother, thank you so much for kicking it with us, man. We appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Pleasure.
We got to take a commercial break. We'll be right back. Real Labs, Real Radio 104.1. Real Labs, Real Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. My name is Ken Miller in the Big Chair tonight. Shout out to Sammy Obeid. He will be at the Orlando Improv this Thursday. Go check him out, 7:30. The improvorlando.com. 1,001 nights of straight comedy, man. Bro. And from what a friend of mine told me, he is a very, very funny dude. So guys, make sure you go check him out. Got James in the virtual studio with us, along with the Podfather Patricio. And we got a new sponsor we won't talk about.
We definitely got a new sponsor. We're talking about Joe Neal, friend of the show. You guys all know him and love him from BET and my other show, Funny Not Famous on Afro. It's comedy and karaoke on the Queen. I'm talking Saturday, June the 17th. You guys need to go to Eventbrite to get your tickets right now because they only have 150 tickets. After that, they are completely sold out. Tickets are going fast. You guys need to get on it right now. It's dinner and a show. You guys are going to laugh, have a great time, eat as you cruise around the Indian River on the Queen. You guys gotta love that. So go to comedytakeover.com for more details, or you can call 407-780-0132. Go ahead and do that right now. You're gonna thank us later.
Thank us later. So shout out to Joe Neal, man. Everybody listen to the show know that we do pre-record before we put our shows on. So we are recording on Monday for a Tuesday show. And I had an adult weekend where
wait
we
a minute.
did not
Oh.
Patricio OnlyFans adult, where we went out.
Show me your feet.
We went out on a triple date, and we did some adults, like we got hooked up to go to main event, the downstairs from the Improv.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And shout out to the manager down there, Courtney, for hooking my wife and my family up. And she was like, so you guys can do laser tag or you can go bowling. And I'm like, we all over 45, we bowling.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I was like, and of course, my wife and them dressed up. They got heels and stuff on. I'm like,
At main event?
No, we went to the Improv.
Okay. Gotcha.
That was our main spot, was the Improv. But I ain't trying to, mess, S on my club. But their AC was broke. It was hot as hell up in there.
Ooh.
And we was like, we not staying here.
Nah.
The AC has been fixed. It is fixed now. And I'm like, we're not staying here. And I remember I did the convention where, I was there for the Improv, and the table next to it was main event. And a young lady working there gave me some passes and was like, hit her up if I needed anything. And so she hooked us up with some bowl, but she was like, bowling or laser tag. And James, all our old asses was like, we both. Yeah. So I'm just like, well, you know what I mean, James? You're in your 40s too. Like,
bro,
anybody ever been like, hey, you want to go do this? You like, dog.
Hell yeah.
Dog. No.
People ask you all kind of crazy things. Do you want to go try this? I'm like, nah, I don't want to do any of that. I don't mean to come off like old, but I am old, man. I don't got the same knees I had. Like laser tag. You want to go play laser tag? Hell no. I ain't got meg knees. Bro, I can't do none of that.
Hey, James, the other one was like the suspension ropes. I'm like,
what the?
What? No. I was like, no. I said, nah. I said, if I like Patricia looking like I do it.
No, I'm saying like, was this a date night, or were you guys like trying out for it was American Gladiator?
It was.
Yeah, American Ninja.
American Ninja.
Yeah, it was a date night. It was supposed to be improv and then some drinks, but like I said, it was so hot in the club. I was like, well, we're going to main event. We can go. They have a bar down there, and then I realized, oh snap, I got the lady info, to see if I can get the hookup, and so we bowled. And we got an hour of bowling, and we can't. None of us can bowl. You know what I mean? Like the high score was like 112. You know what I mean? Like I said, and the lower score was like a 23. You know what I mean? Like so, I was laughing about it because I was like, man, that lady tried to get us to climb some ropes and laser tagging.
Nah, I would have gave her attitude. I'm like, first off, I don't like how you said a rope to a black man. All right.
No, man. Patricia, you ever be like, what? Patricia, you at 35? What are you?
I'm 37, but it hit me this weekend. What you guys are talking about, because I got invited out to a hair stylist event over at Selena downtown, and it was nice. It was a black and white affair. I didn't read the invitation, so I'm wearing just a white shirt and blue jeans, and I'm with all these beautiful models. Everyone having a good time, and they have these hairstylists up on stage doing their thing, and I'm just like, this is too loud. I kind of want to go home. It wasn't my crowd.
That's how you know you're getting old. When you go somewhere and you say, this is too loud. Bruh, when you say this is too loud and you in a venue, you are officially old and take your ass home.
James, what's crazy about that is he likes EDM.
I do. In my place.
That night when we went to the other bar, me and my wife on that Tuesday, it was blaring. We was like, yeah, we're not gonna stay here long.
But no, in my defense, like, look, this entire weekend I've been moving, so I'm tired. I'm sore. I was like maybe one of 4 straight men in that entire club because it was all hairstylists, beautiful models, beautiful people, and I'm just like, this is like my dream. This is my utopia, and I'm like, kind of tired. I think I'm just gonna go home right now. And I walked out like with that like head down, walk of shame. Like,
brother, you are Danny Glover from Lethal Weapon. I'm getting too old for this ish, man.
But, but did you say bye? Or did you just Irish goodbye everybody and dip out? Because I Irish goodbye in a minute, bro. I'll be gone. They'll be like, yo, where you at, man? I'm on I-4.
But no, shout out to my homegirl Nikki and Naomi from Scandalous Artistry Salon here in Orlando. Check them out when you have a chance. They were performing with these amazing hairstylists, and as I'm looking around, I'm like, okay, I need to go home. Of course, I had to say goodbye to Nikki and Naomi. But here's the funny thing: I get there because they tell me to come out to the event. They got me on the list, so I get there, and I'm just walking around. I don't know nobody. I don't know anything, and I walk upstairs to the top roof to have a cigarette, and next thing you know, I am in the meeting with all the hairstylists, all the models. They're about to go up on the show.
Oh, wow.
And they're saying like, okay, you guys got 10 minutes, you got 5 minutes, you got this and that. And I'm like, I'm not supposed to be here. But these people are way too beautiful right now for me to get out of here.
There you go. You want to stick around for a little bit?
Oh, I had to stick around.
Not mad at you at all. That's funny, man. So, Ken, one thing that people try to ask me to do that I know it's not going to be cool, they're like, hey, you want to climb a rock wall?
Yeah.
Yo.
What? No. Like, come on, you should try it. Hey, you want to go hiking? No.
I ain't doing that.
How is that fun? You want to go walking?
Hey, Jay, I realized the other night, if it ain't got chairs and I can't sit down, I'm probably gonna leave.
That's right.
I'm probably
gonna leave.
Man, at the main event, we went to Corona. And it was packed. It was a Saturday night, bro.
Always.
It was so packed. I found chairs for the ladies, but we were standing up, and I'm like 10 minutes into it. I was like, man, I don't even need a cigar.
Wow, for you to say that.
I said, I'm ready to go. And then some people got up and left, and we finally got to sit down. And I was like, man, if I can't sit down, I'm like, man, this ain't even worth it for me, yo. That's why I don't like House of Blues and BB Kings, because they them standing. You
stand up.
They got for a minute.
Yeah, they got them tall boy tables. You stand. I don't like it either, man. That's why, man, stand up. Even doing that, like I do 45 minutes and I am beat,
bro.
I am beat. I'm like, bro.
I don't know how they stay up there, man. Godfrey did 2 hours.
Oh, I'm gonna ask you how the show was.
It was amazing. He is just a talented writer, dude. But he was up there rotisserie, bro. You would have thought he was in the gym. He was sweating so hard, bro. It was hot, bro. And he did 2 hours. I said, man, God bless you.
That whole room looking like hot yoga, like,
bro, for real, bro, for real. Them little rocks, them hot rocks, feeling your back, in there, like. What's that thing people be cooking on outside? That little hot griddle outside, the stone griddle, whatever you can cook breakfast stuff on.
Yeah,
out there like that.
Somebody cooking bacon?
Somebody was making sausages on the stage, bro. It was so hot in there.
I would have took my shirt off,
bro. Hey, man, we out, dude. I'm telling my wife, which is weird because my wife don't do cold and she don't do hot. She got to be like right in. It got to be the right temperature. So we got in there, and she was like, "It is burning up in here." And they had a little fan on, and
blowing hot air.
And so we were sitting on the side. We weren't sitting in the back like we normally do. We were sitting on the side where the green room is.
Wow.
And I was like, "We can't all leave at the same time." I said, so we got to stagger out of here because I don't want a whole table of us get up and walk out. Yeah, we're like crazy. Right at the eye of the comedian. You'll see us leaving. So the ladies got up first and they walked out. And they was like, oh, because he going to make fun of us. I said, he probably won't stop the show to make fun of us. I said, but as a comic, it's super disrespectful for us to get up and walk out during the show. So I'm since me, the comic at the table with y'all, let's do this. Ladies, y'all go like y'all going to the bathroom. So they got up and left. And then her cousin, I was like, all right, dog, you go ahead and go now. And then they went, and then I sat for about 5 minutes, and he looked to the left talking to somebody. And bro, I was Speedy Gonzalez. It was a trail of smoke.
Arriba, ándale,
Hey, James, it was a trail of smoke.
So you Irish goodbye a comedy set, basically.
Man, hey, I hit that dude. What's the thing on HBO? Benny Hill.
Benny Hill.
Benny Hill.
You know what's funny about that, Ken? You know what's funny?
Yeah.
The fact, it's Godfrey, so I know some black folks was in there.
Bruh.
Do you know how many lace fronts melted off those women's heads? Bruh. You know how many wigs, glue came undone?
James, it was like sauna. Like, this how you know he funny. When you get people to sit and stay and continue to watch your show and there's no AC.
Bro, you better be funny.
You know what I'm saying?
You
like,
better be funny.
Yeah, it was black church hot in there. It was like Martin Luther King fan in there, bro.
It was like Easter Sunday at a Baptist church, bro.
And that's how you know you're a master of your art, when you can get people to still laugh. And I mean, they was still die hard laughing. Because if it would have been anything else and that show wasn't funny, man, them people would have been impaling their asses up out of there. Like,
bro, they would have been like, nope, we out.
But it was a good weekend, man. Well, what y'all do the weekend?
Well, actually, we are dog sitting right now, me and my wife. And
what kind of dog?
It's a mutt, man. It's it's a dog.
Is it?
The mutt is when black people don't know what to do.
Well, yeah, it's a mutt. Oh, James, ain't that a German Shepherd? Yeah, that's what I said.
That dog Muttley from what's the cartoon back in the Wacky Races? That's Muttley, bro.
Yo, Wacky Races.
That's funny, bro. Wacky Races is my
Muttley,
joint.
yo. It's Muttley and Dick Dastardly, bro.
Dick Dastardly, bro. That was my finishing move in college.
How long you watching the dog for, bro?
Until next Monday.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so it's a little bit over a week, man. But I love the dog, but I didn't know this. Like, I've never been a dog owner with a dog that's inside, because I grew up in the country and all the dogs are hunting dogs outside. The dog wakes up at 6 o'clock and then wakes you up to take him outside.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, yo, this dog is smart enough to wake me up, but he can't open the door. Bro, can't, like, you don't take your ass outside.
Yeah, hey, James, you come back, he done went to Starbucks and got you a coffee and everything.
He said, I got you one.
I got you one too, man.
I hit a car. Beep, beep.
Somebody's stealing my car, and it's Muttley.
Because the dog drove in the car too.
Hey, we gotta take a commercial break, man. We're gonna talk about some pop culture stuff when we get back. James brought up something, and I think it's gonna be a cool topic.
I think
bring
so,
up, man. So we'll be right back. Real Last Real Radio 104.1. We're back. Real Last Real Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. Guys, do me a favor. Go out to Instagram, follow, Facebook, follow, Twitter, follow. Go to iHeart, and you can search Real Last if you miss any of our shows. And shout out to the people who have been messaging me, telling me that they love the podcast format as well. And if you want to see these beautiful faces, we're also on YouTube. Drop a comment or two, man, and we appreciate that. Join the virtual studio with James John and the Powerfather Patricio. We got a sponsor we're going to drop. James, going to drop science on him.
That's right. He's a comic, a friend of the show. You've seen him on Comic View. You've seen him on Funny Not Famous on Afro, channel 1623. Joe Neal, that's right. He is coming back with a brand new show you guys need to check out. It's comedy and karaoke on the Queen, Saturday, June 17th. You guys go to Eventbrite right now. After the 150 tickets are sold, and they're selling fast, there won't be any more. I'm telling you guys, jump on this right now because it's going to be a great event. It's dinner and a show as you cruise around the Indian River on the Queen. For more information, you guys go to comedytakeover.com, or for more details, you can call 407-780-0132.
Shout out to our dude Joe Neal, man. And that first show is going to be Mike Hurley, Vince Taylor, and Catherine Maloney. I
Oh,
think are
that's a
the three.
great show, man.
That's going to be a really good show.
That's
Really
three
get your money.
headliners.
Yeah, three
That is a
headliners.
hell of a
So
headline
you're
right there.
getting three headliners. So you got comedy, you got karaoke, you got food, you got drinks, you got some dancing. So go on and check that out, man. During the break, we were talking about pop culture and how things happen in pop culture that people go out and buy and do, and then it's all gone.
Yes.
And it's crazy, Jake, when you brought it up, it made me think about social media.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, when Rihanna did the Super Bowl and she had touched herself, in that place, and for a whole week, that's all it was. Rihanna,
Yes.
Rihanna,
Yes.
Rihanna. And then next thing you know, we weren't talking about Rihanna no more at the Super Bowl.
It just
you know
all
what I
of a
mean?
sudden goes away.
It just goes away, man. So James, you were talking about a vehicle that was
Yeah.
big, and then
So-
just all of a sudden, don't nobody mess with it no more.
And it's funny because the reason I saw this vehicle, I was walking the dog that I'm dog sitting, man. I was walking through the neighborhood and there was this car in the driveway. Now, normally there's no broken down cars in this neighborhood. It's a gated community. It's really nice, but this one happened to be broken down. It had like damage on the side of it. The tire was popped. Like it obviously had been in an accident and they towed it back to the house. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, bro, that's a Humvee. Like it was a Hummer 3. And I was thinking to myself, when's the last time I've seen a Hummer on the road? Like 10 years ago, it was the hottest vehicle. Everybody had to have one. It was in every rap video. Stars, celebrities had them. And I can't tell you the last time I actually seen one. I started thinking to myself, bro, these things were so expensive. Everybody was buying them. Where are they all at right now? And it got me thinking, man, that was so popular among so many people. And how does that stuff go away? And then I just started going down that rabbit hole of that thought, and it led me to so many other things, even like careers for certain people. You couldn't tell me 10 years ago Dane Cook wasn't the biggest comedian on the planet.
Yo,
Bro,
Vicious Circle is my favorite comedy set.
Everybody, every theater he would do would sell out instantly. Every show, every TV movie that he was in, people would go see it. Women were obsessed with Dane Cook back in the day, man. He was that dude
Because he was so genuine. He was honest to God. Like his comedy was genuine. A great material. I think it was like his movie career that hurt him.
You think so?
Yeah, because like the movies that he came out with were just like not to par. They weren't the comedy that like the public expected from him.
Gotcha. See, Dane came way after me, like as far as the guys I grew up watching. So Dane Cook necessarily wasn't my brand of watching comedy. I respect it, but you had to respect his presence and what he did for comedians being in social media. That was all him. Yeah. Like Dane Cook's the father of social media for comedians.
And the second one behind him would be and he's still hot now, but Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was in an interview and he talked about how every city he went to, he got people on the email list and people to follow him on Twitter.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. He was right behind him on that. But James, for me, when you bring up Dane Cook, I'm gonna take it to hip hop and say Nelly. Nelly had 5 years where
he was on top. He was on top.
I'm just like, but hip hop is like that. Unless you're like Jay-Z, who has been consistent for 20-something years. True. Most rappers, and you can even go look, Ja Rule, 5 years.
Man, 50, but Ja Rule was white hot though,
bro.
But 50 transitioned to a different thing and doing well. But Ja Rule was that dude.
But like, you look at rappers. Most rappers who are really super successful. I mean, even like a Drake. Drake had 5 years. He was like fire, and then Drake's still good now. But they not talking about Drake like they were talking about Drake for that 5-year run that he had.
I'm sorry, you just brought up a dude who has a special place in my heart about Ja Rule. Have you seen the commercial he did for the Greek restaurant in California?
Nah.
It was the worst production ever. They literally had him in front of a green screen and he's literally throwing pita bread into the screen and
he's like making it rain pita.
He's making it rain pita. It's just
funny.
It's just the worst commercial ever. That's the last I've seen for Ja Rule.
I want him and the
Well, didn't Ja Rule also get associated with the whole Fire Festival?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That was. We don't talk about that, Patricia. Don't bring up
sorry.
stuff about my black people being wrongfully accused.
So James, I went down the rabbit hole with you, and I found a list of things that were hot,
Yeah.
pop culture wise, and number one, fidget spinners.
Yeah.
Yo,
Perfect.
Yep.
Fidget spin. Everybody had them. Everybody was selling them. I knew
It was supposed to
comics
be
that
for
were
like,
selling them.
yeah, it was supposed to be for like anxiety or
Yes.
like yeah. So
Yeah.
fidget spinners is number one.
Oh my God. What else is on that list?
Next up, 3D TVs.
no.
Yes.
Oh God.
I remember, bro. Everybody had to have one of those. I remember that. That's crazy.
Dog, you're gonna love the next one. Pokemon Go.
Go.
No.
Bro, Ken, I don't want you to think I'm lying. It's on my list. I don't know if you guys can see it. Pokemon Go is on my
Pokemon
list.
Go.
No,
Yes.
the saying of stuff that was big and no longer is big. Is this this?
Yeah. Yes.
Pokemon Go is still huge. I have all my friends. Like I'm not a Pokemon dude, but I have people in their mid 30s still playing that game.
No, they may be still playing it, but it's not talked about like it used to be.
Yeah.
Like everyone talked about Pokemon Go.
Oh yeah, because it's evolved.
Well, I was gonna like the Pokemon. No pun. Okay.
Yeah.
What else on the list, Ken? I'm curious.
LMFAO, the band.
Oh my God.
Yes. Party rocking. That's
Party
right.
rocking.
Party
Camel
rocking.
cheeks. There you go.
Ed Hardy clothing.
Wow.
That was just a punchline.
Ed Hardy. Damn.
Ed Hardy
Yeah.
was a punchline.
Silly bands. I don't know silly bands.
None
Don't
of
know that
either,
one.
but-
Yeah, okay. I'll go down the rest of the list because we got a little bit of time. Commercials of people selling wallpaper on phones. This is from
Yes.
BuzzFeed.
Okay.
The mustache craze when people had the pencil mustache.
Yeah.
For some reason, Game of Thrones made this list.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a little snarky.
Sour Altoids.
Okay.
What? Okay.
Joe Exotic and the Tiger King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see that. Yeah.
Coney 2012.
Yes. I remember that.
Okay. Furbies.
Yes. Yep.
Something called Pogs.
Oh, Pogs. Yo, I used
They
to
look
be
like
mad. Little discs.
that little disc. Yeah.
Yeah. I was mad at the Pogs when I was a kid.
This is
I had
one
no
I don't
idea
know
what that
about.
is.
Different colored ketchups.
Yes.
They have a? Okay.
Yes.
I didn't even know there was a different color ketchup.
Me neither.
I don't
Some
see
woman
color.
named Susan Powder and her Stop the Insanity
Yes.
videos.
Yes. She was a lady that had short white hair who was in
Yeah.
really good shape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's her. Bacon everything.
No, I'm
So
still
they
with
had
that life.
T-shirts,
I'm
bumper
about that life.
stickers,
Yep.
memes, aprons, all with bacon on everything.
I had bacon socks at one point.
This is the
Big
funny
bacon.
one. MySpace.
Oh.
Because I gotta say,
don't do-
at one
don't
point,
do Tom
MySpace-
like that.
One point, I remember starting comedy, giving people my MySpace.
Yes, that's what we did. Like I didn't give you my phone number, I gave you my MySpace.
And
Yes.
then like a year later, I was giving out Facebook to everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right.
No, MySpace destroyed so many friendships because whoever was your top was 6 or 8,
Hey,
You
top
had to
8.
choose.
you would get a text message like, "Whoa, why am I no longer on your top? What happened? Are we good? What happened?"
Because you wasn't acting right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
weren't acting
right.
right.
Damn
The
right.
Harlem Shake. Remember that Harlem Shake video?
Yes.
They used to do?
Ahorita.
Yeah. Google Glasses.
I missed. I wanted to jump on that so bad. I would still want to get a pair of Google glasses.
Heelys.
I hate.
Oh
kids.
yeah. I
sorry.
remember those, man. Every
Ken,
kid in the
you're-
mall had those.
Your phrase that you say all the time, FTK, right
Uh-huh.
there. That is the personification of FTK
Yeah.
with Heelys.
Something called Gotti, Gotye. It's like a dude. It's maybe I think he's a musician. I never heard of him. And the last one was the Live Strong bracelets.
Oh, Lance Armstrong.
Oh, Lance Armstrong, because he wasn't doing
yeah.
right.
So
Yeah,
that was the list. But when you go,
I got
through
one
it-
more though.
What you got?
Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paris Hilton was, bro, every week you would hear a new story about her, and then she slowly just went away.
She still shows up in my on my TikTok algorithm for her hotel because that's all she's doing now. She's just branding her hotel a lot more.
Do you feel like
Gotcha.
because she got older and she's like, I don't want that spotlight
I,
anymore?
I do. I think someone consciously told her, "Girl, you about to be 30." Like, you know what I mean? Like,
But here's the thing: like with her commercials for Hilton, she's still portraying the Paris Hilton that we know, which is walking around with the dog, with
yeah,
with the fine
but
person, all that
she's not
stuff.
doing any of the antics that got her
Oh
in the
heck
news,
no,
though.
heck no.
Yeah, she stopped doing
Dude,
that.
I went to a movie and I watched a movie about something that was huge that just died off, and it was the BlackBerry.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that movie is because working for a wireless company. When I went to go see it, I was like, I remember that. I remember that
Yep.
phone. I remember when that
Yep.
happened. Yeah, like the BlackBerry, bro.
At Disney, it changed everything because here's what happened with BlackBerry. BlackBerry is the reason, and I believe this wholeheartedly, that people in offices started working 60 to 70 hours. Here's why. A BlackBerry put your email to your phone in a way where you could respond quickly and efficiently with that keyboard.
Hmm.
Bosses learned that. So you started getting emails because I remember at Disney when the culture changed, you started getting emails all the time, off days, after hours, because that BlackBerry was the extension of your office in your hand. So yeah, thanks BlackBerry.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to stay with the cell phone, dude, the Chirp, Direct Connect.
Wow,
That
it
was
was.
another
I had
fad.
one. Yeah,
that
that
was
was.
another fad. Dude, I worked for Nextel for 2 years before Sprint bought us. And as soon as Sprint got us, that Chirp was gone.
Yep,
That Chirp, but
they got rid of
everybody
it.
had
Yeah, they buried
everybody,
it.
bro. You be downtown Orlando,
Yep.
you couldn't
Where
even
you
call
at?
nobody, bro.
No, never. But it was almost as great as a text. You didn't truly have to talk. Like it was like, all right, man, yeah, I'm done. You know what I mean? Like
But
it was in
send
and
me
out.
the alert first. So I know you about to say something.
Yeah,
Don't
man.
just
Oh
start
yeah,
talking.
Chirp done ended a lot of relationships.
Yeah.
Hey man, we
Yeah.
out with some bitches. What you?
Hey,
Hey,
that was one of my favorite Pat Garrity jokes. He's like, "Yo, man, we out here with these bitches. Where you at? I'm at Thanksgiving dinner with my family. All right, my bad, B. The bitches can wait." Hey, man, we got a minute left. James, where you at this weekend, brother?
I'm actually going to be at Gregory's in Cocoa Beach. If you guys want to get some tickets right now, go to gregoryscomedyclub.com. Go to my social media. Y'all come out here and let me put some comedy in your life.
I love Gregory's, man. I'm gonna be there later on this year. Power Father, what you got going on this weekend, brother?
Oh,
All
he
right.
went silent on us. I don't know what
his
he's doing.
audio is gone.
His audio. But I
Well,
can tell you what he's going to be doing. He's going to be hosting trivia on
Trivia,
Tuesday.
bingo,
There you
and
go.
just relaxing. I'm just relaxing this weekend because
Relaxing in your new
I'm just
apartment.
done. I'm
Ain't
just
nothing
done.
wrong with that. Relaxing your new apartment, man. I am going home, North Carolina. Come on and raise
up.
Take the shirt off, man. I'm being Charlotte. I just got the info for the show, so I'll be putting that up, man. And then
Who you with?
hopefully, I'm headlining a new spot they got in Charlotte for the Comedy Zone.
Nice, man.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for him to send me the info on it, and then hopefully Greensboro Friday and Saturday I'll be at the Comedy Zone with Capone. And one of my nieces is
Nice.
graduating this weekend, and she is headed to North Carolina A&T State University. Aggie Pride, greatest homecoming on earth. We appreciate you guys so much for listening. That's James John. That's Patricio. James, do him the honors.
Hey, take your ass to bed.
Good night.